Eggs were chosen to be the focal point of Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, in part so you could feel anticipation of what could come out of an egg when you've discovered a new one. Well, I'm going to ruin that today because I'm going to show you every single egg and let you know what all the possibilities of what could come out of it are. We're going to start with the basic egg. Now, in single player, there is a chance that these eggs can hatch into a 1-up, but this video is going to be centered around multiplayer. So some of these are going to do a little different things in single player opposed to multiplayer, but we're going to focus on multiplayer. So in multiplayer, the basic egg can hatch into nothing, which could be a little bit of a disappointment, but believe it or not, having this hatch into nothing is probably the best thing, because the other alternatives are either a bat, which is going to suck your life out of you, or a crow, which is going to darken all of your surroundings so you can only see what's directly in front of you. Basically, this is just a terrible egg, and don't hatch it. The first set of eggs that we're going to talk about are partner eggs, and partner eggs are going to be the primary way that you attack in this game. If you see a red partner egg, it's going to either hatch into Cypher, who shoots directly at where you aim him and then explodes into a big fireball, or Glaren, who's this very patriotic American bald eagle who also just goes in a straight trajectory but then explodes into a bunch of fireworks. If you see a blue egg, that's always going to be a Clippin, and Clippin is this blue penguin who forms into this big blue ball of water and bounces all around on the walls and it just goes crazy. If you see a yellow egg, that is always going to be Reki, who is this yellow monkey who creates these walls of electricity. If you see a purple egg, that is either going to be Richie, who is this icy seal that creates 3 of himself inside of these little icebergs, and one of them shoots directly at where you aim, and then one shoots to the left at about 75 degrees angle, and then the other one shoots 75 degrees to the right. And if any of those hit your opponent, obviously it's going to inflict some damage. Or it's going to be Orita, who in my opinion is one of the most overpowered people in this game, and it's not necessarily a one-hit kill, but he just quickly does a whole bunch of attacks on your opponent and chases them down, and if he lands one, it's basically impossible to get away from him. So very, very, very good egg there. And it's not that hard to find a purple egg. It's not particularly rare. If you see a green egg, it's either going to be Pelawan, who creates like a little tornado and then spins around and then explodes, or Bibu, who is kind of like a boomerang. You shoot him, wherever you shoot him, he goes straight, but then curves back towards you, still attacking. So if you miss your opponent on that first shot, maybe he curves back and hits them. If you see an orange egg, it's probably not even worth hatching. It's probably the worst partner egg. It can hatch into Boscus, who is this bull, and what he does is he grows and then just sporadically runs all around with no real rhyme or reason, and is pretty much, you have to try to get hit by him. I mean, if you just stand still, you're probably not even going to get hit by him. He's practically worthless, and it's very embarrassing to get hit by Boscus. Or Runny, who again is pretty easy to evade. It just like jumps onto the ground and makes these ripples in a line, just keeps jumping and then grows really big and makes a giant ripple, but yeah, both are practically useless. If you see a white partner egg, that's going to be a Rabish, and Rabish just surrounds itself with a bunch of white orbs of light, and obviously if any of those orbs hit your opponent, it hurts them. And now we're getting into the spicy eggs. Now we're getting into the very rare ones. And obviously this game was developed by Sonic Team, so of course there's going to be a Sonic plug in there. And that is what this is. It's the Sonic Egg. And all the things that come out of the Sonic Egg are all one-hit kills. The first one is Sonic, who is basically just a one-hit kill version of the bull. He just runs around really fast, but it's kind of scary when you see him running around, because if he just gets you once, you're dead. And then there's Chow, who is basically a one-hit kill version of the penguin, Clippin. He just goes into a big ball and bounces around. And obviously, if he hits somebody, it kills him. Knuckles is kind of like Arita. He does a bunch of really fast dashes at your opponent, but unlike Arita, obviously, if he just gets you once, it's over for you. Tails is kind of like he does that boomerang thing. So you shoot him and then he curves back at you. Knights is exactly the same as Tails. To be honest, I'm not sure if there's any difference. Once again, just boomerang, shoot straight, curve back. Rappy, pretty much the same as Knuckles, just a one-hit kill version of Arita once again. Kapu Kapu is kind of like Sonic, but just not as sporadic. He goes back and forth more so than just all around. And Amigo is just yet another one-hit kill version of Arita. And just as rare as the Sonic eggs, if not more rare, are the rainbow eggs. And what the rainbow eggs are, they hatch super versions of the regular people that you hatch, but they are just like the Sonic eggs, they're one-hit kills, and they're just super rare and they're super awesome. If you see a red rainbow egg, that's going to be a super Reki. So again, he makes electricity, but if you just get him once, it kills your opponent. If you see a blue rainbow egg, that's going to be a super Clippin. And basically just the same thing as Chow, big ball of stuff that bounces around and kills, one-hit kill. The next things that you can hatch are mounts, and as the name would imply, you jump on top of them and then you can control them like that. The first one is Recol, and he is this big lion type thing, and he can charge up and then spin around and blow fire in every direction, or just one quick little fire blast in front of him, and then of course you can jump with him. The next one is Kaboot, and he is a shark type thing, and he can do this little glide, or he can do this little ground pound type thing, and then of course jump as well. Finally, there's Datch, who is this big like ostrich, and with Datch you can actually fly around. You can do a little charge attack as well, or you can just do a quick little peck. There are 3 types of bombs that you can hatch. There is a regular bomb, which just hatches into a spherical bomb that you can just push around exactly the same as you would push around an egg. And then you throw it, and once it's done rolling, it explodes. Then there is the chick bomb, which is just a little chick orb that you throw it, and then it goes and latches onto the nearest opponent and just follows them around. And they can try to outrun it as long as they want, but eventually it's going to catch up to them and explode and kill them. And then there is the egg bomb, which when you put it down, it's just going to look like the normal egg bomb, like it would look as in your little inventory thing. But when an opponent views it, they see it as a Recol egg. And they go over to it, and once they touch it, it explodes and kills them. And even though it doesn't look like the decoy egg to you, if you run into it, it's still going to blow you up. So just don't get killed by your own bombs. That's super embarrassing. As far as item eggs, if you see a purple item egg, that's either going to be a Paraloop, which allows you to do more damage by boosting with your egg, or a Super Fruit, which gets all eggs on the field ready to hatch for a short period of time. If you see a blue item egg, that's either going to be a Spike, which when you use it, it adds spikes to your eggs and obviously makes your eggs more powerful, or a Dice, which lowers every single player, including yourself, temporarily to be 1 hit away from being dead. So you can take a chance and maybe kill someone. If you see a pink item egg, that's either going to be a Gorilla, which amplifies your offense, a large butterfly, which restores all of your health, or a small butterfly, which replenishes a little bit of health. If you see a green item egg, that's either going to be a chameleon, which makes you invisible, or a hawk, which breaks every single egg on the field other than the one that you're carrying. If you see a yellow item egg, that's either going to be a fox, which steals another player's item and gives it to you, as well as someone's hat. Or it will be a mouse, which makes you very, very small for a short period of time. Or a tiger, which does the exact same thing as the hawk. It destroys every egg other than yours. If you see an orange item egg, that is going to be a turtle, which gives you turtle-like defense. If you see a white item egg, that's either going to be a lion, which temporarily makes you invincible, or a sheep, which temporarily puts all of your opponents to sleep. If you see an egg that has clock hands on it, that's going to hatch into a timer, and when you use that for a short period of time, it freezes time for everything other than you. The final thing that we're going to cover are hats, and hats come in a few different types of eggs. The first things are these camouflage looking eggs, and if you see a blue camouflage egg, that is going to be speed shoes, which obviously make you go really fast. If you see a yellow camouflage, that is going to be spring shoes, which make you jump as if you had springs in your shoes. If you see a purple camouflage egg, that is going to be a circus hat, which allows you to actually jump on top of an egg and ride it around. If you see an orange camouflage egg, that is going to be a psychic hat, which lets you use mind control to move the egg around. If you see an egg with hearts on it, that is going to be a heart hat, which as you wear it, it replenishes your health. If you see an egg with a feather on it, that is going to be wings, which allows you to double jump. And if you see an egg with stars on it, that is going to be a booster, or a jetpack is what you would probably want to call it, and it just allows you to glide around. And finally, you have combs, and what combs do is they just enhance your egg's power. You have the fire comb, which gives you this little fire flare around your egg. You have the water comb, which has little spurts of water coming out of your egg. You have the lightning comb, which gives you this little electric-y thing around your egg. You have the ice comb, which puts your egg in a block of ice. You have the wind comb, which creates this little thing of wind around your egg. You have the iron comb, which makes your egg all metallic, and you actually can't see what egg it is. And you have the light comb. And is it just me, or do you think that somewhere along development, these two eggs were just kind of mixed up and put into the wrong eggs? I don't know. I think that's what happened. And that's it. So I hope that you found this video helpful in some capacity. And if not, I don't know.